Hi, this is Shayoni and you're watching Pop Bollywood.
Subscribe our channel and press the bell icon and never miss any update from popbollywood.com.
Hi guys, this is Monica. You're watching me on Pop Bollywood. Today we have very beautiful, gorgeous actress with us whose recent Article 15 was a huge hit. Yes, let's welcome Shayoni. Shayoni, welcome to Pop Bollywood.
Thank you.
Firstly, congratulations for Article 15.
Thank you.
Okay, so talking about Posham, so like how you got this project?
I got this project, Shumanda and I know each other for many years, like 10, 11 years now. And he was somebody, I've loved his work and I loved his films and I've been following his work for many years now. He and I were actually wanting to work with each other for a long time. It wasn't happening. In fact, in the recent past also, he would keep calling me for projects and my dates would be available, unfortunately. But this time, in fact, he called me and he said, I remember I was driving back from shoot, I was near Juhu Circle, and he was like, I know you don't have dates, but please make something happen because it's a great part and it's a great character. It's very interesting. The story is really interesting. I would love you to be part of this. And
Guys, yeah, sorry. Continue.
so it would be great if you can sort of make it happen. And he sort of told me something about the character and a little bit brief about the story, and he sent me a little reference photograph that he had in mind for this character, how she should look for the later parts, because it's also like 3 age groups. And I was like, I jumped at it and I was like, I'm going to make it happen. You just make sure that the prosthetics happen properly and we get the look right. But so I pushed a lot of things around, and yeah, a lot of people were very unhappy, but I made it happen and I gave them 9 days and I said, you have to finish if you want me, please make it happen. And they were very gracious and generous that I think everyone worked extra hours to sort of finish my stuff in 9 days, but they did make it happen.
So like getting your character, like is it easy or difficult for you?
This character?
Yeah.
You don't do a project if it seems easy. It's not even difficult, but it was exciting. It was just challenging in the right way, and also because from the word go, this whole world of when you look at people who sort of have done heinous crimes and very like cold-blooded murders and like just unthinkable things, I always get sort of interested and intrigued to know why they could have been these people and could have done this and what sort of pushed them to behave in the way they have. And I think what's interesting for a film like this is that it represents those people, and it represents people that sort of its society has shunned away and they're criminals, they're cold-blooded murderers, but it also gives you a perspective of their world and their reasons, probably the lives they have led, which sort of push them to become these people who are sociopaths and absolute psychopaths. And also this my particular character, Rekha's character, she's schizophrenic, and I've always been interested in reading about criminal psychology, and I've wanted to study forensic psychology actually, which I still want to pursue at some point. I always get attracted to sort of stories that give me a perspective into minds of people that society sort of doesn't want to understand. And as actors, you can't really judge. You're always trying to be empathetic towards different kinds of characters, all kinds of people. Only then you can sort of portray it honestly and authentically. And I think through this, it sort of gives you a sense of the world that these people belong, and a lot of crimes I feel could be avoided if we nurtured our children better. If we sort of gave them love and a loving home, which so many people are deprived of. And it's extremely heartbreaking actually. So the realities of these women and the childhood they've had, the world they were, the home they were, not even a home actually you can call it, they were born into. It's not really their fault, they became these people. I'm not, nobody's justifying the things they have done. They could have probably become other people, but they were just born into violence, and probably this is the only way that they could sort of express themselves.
Okay, so since it's based on true events, is there like any takeaway like you would like to take from Rekha or something like her strong?
Nothing. Oh my god, absolutely nothing. No, nothing at all.
Okay, so like, what is the best part or the challenging part? I would like to know from you. Like, when you say yes to script, what was it? When you heard about.
As I said, the character, and where she came from and her psychology that I wanted to explore. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, apart from this, obviously since she was there in promo shots, and people are like nowadays like OTT platform is like very open. People are like more watching this. So what do you want to say about this digital transformation?
I think it's a revolution of sorts, and there's been an explosion of content. A lot of good content is being made, and I think it's a good time for creators and writers and actors and directors that different kinds of stories are being told, different kind of characters are being explored, and I think it's a great thing, and it's a really good time. Yeah, and also I think because in a film that releases, which our last release, Article 15, like there is a pressure of it doing well in the first weekend or the Fridays and the box office numbers, but here on a digital platform the content is there for a longer period of time, and there's no sort of shelf life. It's going to be there. You can watch it whenever you want to. The audience is basically choosing what to watch. If you don't like something, you can pause it and move on to something else. And that's why the content has to be even better, because there is so much not competition, but there is so much content. There's this plethora of stuff that you can watch.
Okay, lastly, what do you want to say to the viewers who are watching it? And when is it releasing?
So it's a film called Posham that is releasing on Z5 on the 21st of August, which is next week. I hope you watch it. It's something that is not really seen in Indian television or films, and it's a great character that I had actually a lot of fun portraying, and I would really want to know what you think, and please watch the film and let us know what you thought. Thank you.